What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jay Fizzle, and this is going to be the first episode of this awesome show that is called That Time I Cosplayed. We have people here that's also on the show. We have EZ right beside me. This is my partner, Daddy Daughter Duo, as well as my brother, Marky Mark. So, what we're going to talk about in our first episode is my awesome adventures of cosplaying. Actually, this weekend is a big event. This is one of the top three biggest events when it comes into blurred people going to conventions. The big one I went to, which was the first one, was BlurCon. I am now trying out DreamCon in Houston, Texas. This is hosted and created by the group RDC World, which is an awesome group of people who give back in charities, give back to the communities, but they fell in love with video games, anime, and the sorts of things. So kudos to them. I believe this is the 5th year that they're doing it. Don't quote me. I think it's the 5th year or the 6th year. So this is dope. They originally started in Texas in a small convention, and now they have acquired the Great Houston, the biggest convention that is in Houston, because it is very big. They host and do dodgeball, basketball tournaments. I believe they're doing tournaments this year for Marvel Rivals and a couple of other games. They have comedians there. There's one guy I watch on TikTok. And assortment of celebrities going to be there. People who are on Power Rangers, Isa Rae. There's a multitude, a lot of people. So I'm going to tell you about my adventures as well as the people who have also been to conventions as well up here. So let's get into the grim here. So real quick, just to tell you a little bit about me. My name is Jay Fizzle. This is my daughter EZ. We have also a cooking show called Cooking with Jits and His Fizz that we also started. But to tell you a little bit about my adventures is this is my 5th con this year. That's a lot. Marky Mark is also someone who has convinced me to start my journey is also going to conventions. I went to my first one with him at NACOCon, and then that changed up, and now us going yearly to GalaxyCon in Richmond. So what's your thoughts on cons before I get deep into this?
I've enjoyed going to cons for years. I've been going probably for, let me say, about 10 years or so now. It kind of died down when COVID hit, which was the second that was over, everybody was we found Jersey where we done creation to see Star Trek Con. We went to Vegas to see the 50th anniversary of Star Trek, which I absolutely loved, which was at the Rio.
I haven't heard you well.
Oh, the one that we did was the one in the 50th anniversary. One of the best times at the Rio Hotel. We loved that, especially because we were in the hotel with the con. We didn't have to leave or anything like that. I think the hardest part about that is the time difference. They're 3 hours behind. They had stuff going on at 3 o'clock, midnight, which is 3 o'clock here. I was exhausted. I won't get that. But that's one that work we've done. Like you said, GalaxyCon Richmond, we do GalaxyCon Rally, we've done World Convention, we've done World Horror Con, we've done Light in the Water. I do, we think I posted a panel at a few times, so I've done quite a few, and I enjoy going to all of them. So we've been doing it for quite a bit of time.
Wow. Yeah. I'll also be hearing about your adventures going to Renaissance fairs, and so that's dope. I didn't even know about HorrorCon, which sounds kind of dope.
Yeah.
So, sound like something I'm probably going to get into very, very soon, because my con adventure, again, it started last year, going to NACOCon, and then that ventured off into going to GalaxyCon. I've been to now going to 2 of those at Richmond. This year I have gone to BlurCon. I've gone to Fan Expo, also here in Philly. Me and my daughter, we have gone to one. I can't remember what it's called in my mind right now, but there was one that was in New Jersey. Um, then, gosh, what else have I gone to? I feel like there was one more that's freezing off my tongue right now. But I will also be going to Anime New York, which that will be in August. Then in October there is Animate Con. That's also in Philly, so Animate Philly, and then I will be going to NACOCon at the end of October, transition to November. So if there's any other cons, I will be there. Oh, that's the other one I went to. I went to a oh gosh, I can't think what it's called right now, but it was here in Philly. They had kind of like a pop up painting, and they had two people who does voiceovers for different types of animates, or like TV shows that deal with superheroes, fantasy stuff like that. They had the opportunity to buy their art, buy their pictures, but also other animate and other fantasy pictures. All of these events I have cosplayed. Right now, my journey is cosplaying as Naruto character. So I'm going to give y'all the awesome lineup because I finally got the opportunity to change up my original plans for DreamCon. But before I say the awesomeness of this change, I'm so excited for this one. I have dressed up as Gara from the Chunin exams from the original Naruto. People love when I dress up as Gara because I actually have the gorge on the back, which it gets serious. Like I said, this is becoming really serious. I've also dressed up as Gara when he was in the Fourth Ninja War, when he's wearing the burgundy. I have dressed up as Sasuke when he was already Rogue Ninja. Is after he fought Itachi, and he's wearing the like gray outfit with the purple Orochimaru belt. I've also dressed up as Sasuke in the fight where he fights Itachi. I've also dressed up as Naruto, only one time, but soon you'll see another one. But I've dressed up as Naruto when he was in the movie. I've also dressed up as there's one more character that I primarily dressed up as. It's not popping in my head right now. I'm not trying to see. Oh, I've dressed up as Obito, where I actually have the big huge fan. And there is one other character, and Shikamaru. He was one of like my first characters that I started dressing up as. Now, to let y'all know what has changed now is I am dressing up DreamCon as Sasuke from the Chunin exams. I'm also dressing up as Naruto in Sage mode, and I'm hype about this one right here, Asuma. Actually, for the first time in my cosplay career, I'm thinking about going pro here, for example. But I actually started as a seamstress to, if you see here, he is wearing this sash. So I actually got her to sew the sash for me because me and my daughter tried. We actually acquired a sewing machine from Amazon to be able to support into making it, but it failed. So I ended up getting a seamstress to sew the part for me. I added the patch onto it, and I actually 3D printed his chakra blades. And then I sanded down, I painted it, and this was like my first official creation of my cosplay journey. And then I also end up 3D printing Sasuke's Demon Shuriken. To show you real quick what it looks like, which I'm super excited about this. These are the chakra blades there for Asuma. And then this was the process of me painting the Demon Shuriken. And this is the last result of the Demon Shuriken. When I tell you that it was an adventure, learning how to even have the ability to be able to turn it like that, like our technology is booming when it comes to cosplaying. So I can imagine the different aspects of people cosplaying. I mean, I'm going to ask, Mark a couple of questions. Also, my daughter, she have been to a Galaxy Con. at Richmond, and she's going to NACOCon for the first time this November. So I'm super excited for her. But tell me some crazy cosplays you've seen so far, Marky Mark.
Okay, so like you said, there were two twins that when we went to NecoCon, I think it was year before last, I got to interview them. They cosplay professionally, so they discussed about their costumes and how much work it goes into each one. So the thing that gets me because they're hand making all of it. Those costumes can run about $3,000 or more based on what they're doing. I've seen what they did. I saw a lady that was dressed as Belle from Beauty and the Beast in what is it, GalaxyCon Richmond, and her costume was beautiful. I couldn't, they do these they do those conventions where they're in this costume contest and they're winning money, but it doesn't cover the cost of the costume. It's a it's a
Yes.
passion project for a lot of these people. So I have to applaud them because I know for me, I don't cosplay a lot. Most of it is I have a shirt that matches my hat, like I always do. As you can see behind me, I have plenty of hats and I have shirts that match. So that is me. Love doing that. But I love to see people that are passionate about their cosplay,
Hmm.
especially when you show the spin on that one piece that you have where it spins around with the blades on it. I love that, and you can see a lot of that, especially at NecoCon, where people come up. They have those different types of costumes, well as the daggers or the weapons, and to have them come in, they've got to be checked. But they look amazing, to do something like that. The only weapons I have, or I have, a few lightsabers, but not really weapons in that sense. But yeah, that is the extent of what I've seen when I go to these shows. I love to look at the costumes that people put their effort into doing. Um,
So
my
beautiful
wife,
too.
your sister, she loves to do cosplay. She purchases a lot of it, and she has the wigs that goes with the outfit, that goes with certain things. So it's quite a bit when it comes to that type of thing. So yeah, it's great, and I love when people do it. Even my daughter cosplays all the time. So she probably I know she doesn't made at NecoCon a lot, but she does have other things that she does as well.
And see, and that's the thing that like even our family like is involved in this, and y'all, I'm an anime fan. I was an anime fan just like you. Since anime technically before it got boomed in America. You
Yeah.
were of course an anime fan way before I was. But then just the idea of like now it becoming, and I'll be telling my friends, these cons has became almost like a cultish kind of type thing, but not a cultish is like a bad thing, but just like you're finding that people who were hiding, oh, I like anime, or hiding with wearing the supposed anime shirt here and there, but they're scared to show it off to everybody, so they're just wearing the same shirts like a Superman little small logo or the character. But you now have people that's like legitly creating everyday clothing that is anime inspired. And I have two hoodies just like that y'all can check out on my IG and TikTok, JFizzle7. But it's gotten serious to the point where people who don't even like anime goes to these conventions, don't like superheroes and fantasy and sci-fi, and then next thing you know, they're fans now because they see that all this time they were scared to tell people. So they inside was like, oh, I really do like this, but I'm scared to tell people. Or they just fell in love with the joy of, again, I'm going to say this with a thin line. There's really not much of a judgment line except for you got the people out there who's very, very ignorant and disrespectful and just want to cause issues. But there's no judgment at all to people being able to be themselves for the first time. I mean, you got people who are dressing in different genders. You got people who are dressing, as I mean, one character I saw that I loved when we went to GalaxyCon was this dude dressed up as Beast Wars Megatron. That jump was dope. And then someone dressed up as Bumblebee from the movie. I've seen crazy cosplays like the Star Wars cosplays I see that people multiply wear. I saw a Mandalorian that was to the T. I'm now always seeing like the different like bots from Star Wars, like R2D2, and it's getting so point and creative that like you're finding people who are even modifying characters. Like you'll see a Naruto character that is now turned to a samurai character, or you'll see when I went to BlurCon, someone mixed a stormtrooper with the Green Ranger, the evil Green Ranger, not just the Green Ranger, but the evil Green Ranger, and that was just dope. So there are people that are blending it together because they're now getting super creative, and I love it. I mean, I'll even ask my daughter here, huh?
Just have seen stormtroopers dressed up as video game characters as well. So they mix that, which I think is fantastic when you get to see
So it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, you can ask my daughter here because she's up here. She's my duo. She has cosplayed a couple of times. I'm going to show you our daddy duo just to let you know. For example, this was our official first cosplay that we've done together in GalaxyCon last year. We did a little bit of Demon Slayer, and then we also dressed up as. Make sure I get the picture here. But we also dressed up as X-23, and I dressed up as Old Man Logan, even though you really can't see like the baby powder on top of my hair. But that's what started our daddy duo, and we have now transitioned into. Let me get this picture here so everybody can see it. And it is. Let me actually get it from Instagram so y'all can see it better here. There we go. And we're even getting better here. Make sure I get it there. There we go. So you see that it's from Boruto. She dressed up as Sadara, and I dressed up as Sasuke. So like, it's becoming a thing where now she's not a super anime fan. She stopped watching anime. I tried to get her to watch it. But she's enjoying the fun with the family. When we go to NackleCon, she is going to also do Sadara again, where I'm going to do a younger version of Sasuke just to show like the teenage like connection. And she's also going to dress up as Kimuaru, which is Naruto's daughter, and I'm going to dress up as a Naruto also from that teenage stage, just to show the comparison. Talk a little bit about how like you seen and gone to these conventions, because you now have gone to 2,
Yeah.
and this will be your 3rd one. So what's your thoughts?
I think it's really fun, the fact that they had like activities and like certain stuff where you can like see them like, trying to think how to say it, like mini concerts and stuff, and see everyone's like creativity and everything. So I think it's pretty cool.
And what's pretty cool is like there's kids your age that is cosplaying better than the adults. It is crazy. I have a good friend that I work with, and when he takes his son to cons, he creates all the outfits. So he was actually suggesting to make the weapon with me, and I kind of failed it. It was just like how Marky Mark said, this can get expensive. Instead of me buying the Win Fan, which was $210, and it ended up totaling $270 because I had to get it shipped from China. Making it would have been $20 more than me just getting it shipped. Getting the wood, getting the 3D prints, getting all the materials, getting the Moss Posh, getting the foam, getting all of these materials, the piping, the wraparounds, the connector pieces. It gets expensive. Let me tell you how much it gets expensive. I have bought maybe 20, I think now, cosplays, and what I'm doing now is I'm modifying them. I'm not buying any more cosplays. My last one I'm getting is going to be for Anime New York, which is I'm going to dress up as Boruto. But I'm doing variation of characters to make it cheaper. But if you want to get the really, really good material, I'm about to endorse AliExpress. If you're scared, AliExpress is a really good merchant. The only issue is that when you purchase their items, it takes about 3 weeks to a month for you to get it because it's coming from China. Actually, there some of them are tailoring it. It's not just I get it off the shelf and I'm sending it off. Like no, they're making it for like 3 or 4 days, and then they're shipping it. It has to go through customs. It has to get checked. Then it gets delivered to the location that you're at, and then it gets shipped to you. So it's a whole process. But like the most that I paid for a cosplay, which is the Boruto one, because it's actually got custom made for me. Like I had to get like a extra large for this and a 2X for this because of my broad shoulders. The Asian sizes are much smaller, if I can say it that way. Like a large for me is a 2X there. Um, but like it cost $210.
So those sizes are way off what you're supposed to get based on. Well, here, when it's just the extra large, like you said, but there it's probably a 5X based on the build. So, yeah, I definitely understand that because I've ordered shirts from there and then we had to return it because we weren't sure,
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we ordered if it worked. Uh, do you think it would be better, like, if you learn to sew to create your own, like, your own fabric, or do you think it's more expensive to do it that way?
No, exactly, and that's what a lot of people do. There are people that I have watched online where they're going to like thrift stores or pop stores or like rummaging through what do you call those stores? It's not popping in my head right now, but with the blue logo with the clothes that people kind of give away, like
Good.
people Goodwill. Thank you. Like
They,
going to those places and
they,
just picking it off and modifying, changing it, and making exactly the cosplay they want. And like I said, it's to the point now where this is really a business. Like people are asking for people to make orders. I've again did my first one where I just gave it to a tailor. They stitched it, did what I needed to do and everything, and it took 3 days because she also does other alters. But like, yeah, so it's a thing. Um, but yeah, just to give you a little bit more, and we are going to end this because I got to get myself ready. Actually, I'm leaving on Friday, so I got to finish packing. But this is the DreamCon right here, brochure thing right here. Um, there are 3 tips that I'm going to tell right now for all cosplayers or any people who are going to conventions. This is the 3 rules. I've learned the rules because apparently the 3 rules are worldwide known. Um, so, rule number 1 is always pack your badge first. You do not want to run into a situation where you have forgot your badge and you travel somewhere and you find out that, oh crap, I forgot it. Some places will replace it where most won't. So please always pack your badge first. That's your number 1 thing you want to pack. Second thing that you want to always do is bring deodorant. There are very, very funky people who do not clean themselves, hit the underarms, spray themselves, then go to bed and maybe get yourself a wash up the next morning. What I'm saying is that there are a lot of funk. There was a big issue recently this past weekend for people who went to Anime Expo. That is the biggest one in the United States over there in California. And they were talking about how it got over capacity. The fire marshal came, and the fire marshal didn't come just because of the overcapacity. Well, it was because of the funk. I'm not even joking. It was
that's crazy.
hilarious. Um, so please bring your deodorant. It is a lot of cosplayers who are right now advertising. This one guy is hilarious. I gotta find his name. He was like, "These are the things you need to buy." And deodorant. And he was like, "You need to get this, and this, but don't forget your deodorant." Every single one, he was like, "Bring your deodorant." And the third thing that you need to make sure that you bring is bring your joy. I'm telling you, when people who have not cosplayed or have gone to conventions, you are going to find something called joy, and you're going to experience something like no other. It is an experience that you're not going to forget. And even my daughter, again, she's not an anime fan. She enjoys going to them. I mean, you enjoy going to them, right?
Yeah.
Let me not speak for you. So, like, it's fun. So come open minded, and if you decide to cosplay, come and be okay with cosplaying. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. You won't feel embarrassed because if you look over to your left and look to your right, you may find one person who's super excited who has been cosplaying for years, someone who have gone to conventions like Marky Mark for 10 years. And if you look to your left, you'll find the same person who just went to the cosplay and went to the first convention for the first time. They're experiencing it just with you. You now made a new friend, and you may see them again. And now you don't feel embarrassed because someone else has felt embarrassed for you. Like, it is entertaining. So, yes, be ready, and you will hear more stories about conventions. Because, again, I have 3 more lined up that I'm doing for this year, and I think I'm going to keep this going. I will even tell you my amazing goal, because I'm ready for this now. My goal next year is to finally go to the Anime Expo in California. My goal in 3 years, 'cause I'm actually going to Japan at the end of this month. I'm so excited for this. In 3 years, my goal is to go to the one in Japan. So, this is going to happen. And depending on what's happening with you, maybe. So, any closing words, Marky Mark, before I close it up?
Yeah, I think I would add just one more thing. If you're going to go to a con, people dress up. Ask if you want to take a picture. Don't just do something like that. So that's my number one thing. Always ask. You know, most people will say yes, but don't just assume that you can take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch anyone. That's number 2.
Stalking with us.
But yeah, you can't just touch anybody. Remember that as well. Other than that, I think cons are fantastic. One, like you're going to one this weekend. I have one in 2 weeks. Going to one this 2 in September. I'll be at the Shire again, doing a then we, like I said, work hard. We conducted interviews at both times. You know, I'll be posting those times out there.
Or you're going in and out, Mark.
Okay, I said I have 2 times in September where we're going to be doing. We'll be posting those, and I'll be doing interviews at those. The Tywood Horror Con is the Renaissance Fair in Suffolk. Then we have NecoCon, like you said, in November. So those are the next 3 cons that we'll be.
Well, I'm looking forward to hear more about them because apparently when I go to these cons, I'm going to be interviewing people for the first time. So this is going to be fun. Also agreeing with Marky Mark about ask someone to take pictures with you and don't stalk them. This was the Obito that I wore at the Fan Expo here in Philly, and it was my first time where I literally was let's say I was standing in line. I created a line, and people just started flooding in. Was like, "Can I take a picture with you?" for like 15 minutes. I was definitely thankful that they said, "Can I take a picture with you?" Because if all of a sudden I'm standing there and they just walk up beside me and take a shot, I'm going to walk away. That's weird. So please ask. All right. Any closing words for you?
I don't think so.
She has no closing words, everybody. All right. So, you will see me at DreamCon. People who are checking me out, I will be also sharing on the Facebook page. And you will see me live at DreamCon, showing things that's happening at DreamCon, because this is going to be my first DreamCon ever. I will be trying to interview people. I will be showing various cosplays, and hopefully you'll be able to check out some celebrities. And yeah, that's the first episode here. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and all that stuff that people say. Make sure you share this. Have fun cosplaying. Go as many conventions as you want. And again, this show is called That Time I Cosplayed, Episode 1. This is your boy Jay Fizzle. Again, check me out on IG and TikTok. I'm JFizzle7. You got my duo here, EZ. Hopefully, we bring our show back, Cooking with Gentleness, Fizz, and EZ. And we got Marky Mark, which is also one of the members of Cosmic Portal. So we appreciate you, Marky Mark. Thank you for being on. He's going to be on more because this is also a convention guy. He just does a cosplay, and hopefully one day I can convince him to dress up as a Jedi or something. So, all right, guys. So thank you very much for watching us. Again, thank you, and I appreciate y'all. Join the ride. We got this. Cosplay out.